Hey, it's your girl Elle Beasley, and I'm with my girl Shavana.
Hi.
And we only have 8 episodes left of Pretty Little Lies. Hard to believe.
Can you believe it? 5 years?
7.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
No, 7.
7 years.
7 years, 7 seasons, 7 years. And we have 8 episodes to go, and all of our questions. Did you say you're old? You're not old. I mean, well, how old are you?
I'm 23.
You're not old.
I got old.
That's not old.
If you started at what, 15?
That's not old. That's not old.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Are you counting?
Yeah, that's 8 years actually.
Yeah, well, for you it's 8 years, but the show is 7 years. Why are we
We started at 16. Sorry. I got sidetracked. Go. Who died?
Well, speaking of dying, we don't necessarily have answers to some of our questions, like who killed Mrs. D, who killed Charlotte. We still don't even know who AD is yet. But thanks to Us Weekly, we do know that according to Marlene King, she had to make a couple phone calls to a couple actors, letting them know, hey, you're going to be in 7B. You're going to be in these final episodes, but you're going to die.
And in a casket.
Exactly. And the key word was popular characters.
Right.
And of course, the minute you hear popular, you automatically start at the top. So you go to your liars.
Like, no.
Then you start going to the significant others, parents, friends, and etc. So it got us thinking.
Right.
Well, who could these 2 to 3 popular characters be? Because according to Us Weekly, she said 2 to 3 popular characters will die this season. So I know for you had your list and I had my list. I know one of the people on my list that I definitely think could definitely die could be Mona.
Yeah, she deserves it.
I think Mona could definitely die. And the reason I say with Mona is just because Mona as a character has been so influential in
But she should have died on the cliff.
Well, I don't think she should have died because I think part of the reason this show is a success is because of Janelle Parrish and her role as Mona, along with Troy Bellisario, who kills it as Spencer every single episode. So for me, I definitely need Janelle Parrish on this show. But I just think because we don't necessarily know what side Mona's on. Is she on the dark side? Is she on the good side? Is she with the liars? I could definitely see her being part of the final evil scheme and dying just by being part of that side. Or I could see her trying to protect somebody like a Hannah, like a Spencer, even an Allison. That would be poetic justice. I could see her dying in the crossfire trying to protect the friends or the group of friends that she always truly wanted to be a part of, especially with Hannah, because we know constantly Janelle Parrish says the main thing that keeps Mona coming back is her friendship with Hannah. So I think Mona could definitely be a character. She is popular. A lot of fans will feel a certain type of way, but then I would feel sad because a part of me wants to see Mona get her happy ending. I think she deserves it.
That's karma for you.
That's karma for you. Who did you want people you had on your list?
One, and I'm still kind of iffy about this, but Jason.
Really? Okay.
Just because, Jason's had so many close calls, and it's just one of those, I think he's kind of cheated death a little bit too many times.
Yes.
The car accident, the elevator incident.
The elevator was big.
That was a huge one.
Yeah.
Then with Charlotte and Mr. D, I thought that was a crazy situation there.
Okay.
So I was like, I think he could possibly, die because we know he's coming back. So I gotta really watch it, but I'm gonna have him on my list.
Okay, I'm with that. Another person on my list is Lucas. I think Lucas is a possibility. I think Lucas could possibly be tied in still to AD. A lot of people forgot that he's an app developer, and this whole board game that they're using right now seems to be driven somewhat by an app. And I personally...
I didn't even think of that.
You didn't think of that? I literally, as I was rewatching it for the 10th time, don't judge me.
Obsessed.
Yes, obsessed, but not in that way. As I was watching, I thought about it, and I said, well, who would come up? Obviously you have to be intelligent to do this board game. And I said, even though I don't think Lucas is going to be AD, just like we've said about many characters when we did our AD theory video, I still think he could be linked or be a helper to AD. So he's another one, again, because of his relationship with Hannah, because of his hatred of Allison for so many years, and again, and even his relationship with Mona and things like that. He's another one, even if he's not on the AD team or he's not part of the evil or dark side of the team, I still could see him getting hit in the crossfire and possibly dying, just being at the wrong place, wrong time. Technically, Hannah and Caleb are still at this man's loft. You know what I mean?
So they can probably blow up the loft and Lucas is actually in it.
So I definitely think Lucas could be, again, until he gets back on our screen, kind of like Jason. I'm not really sure what we're going to see from him, but he's just always a character that fans do like or hate. And then at the same time, I'm just kind of like, he's another one who could possibly die in the crossfire. You never know.
I think my other one is Bryn.
Ooh. Ren, yeah, because Ren does come back.
Yeah,
So you think Ren could die?
I think it's because if he comes back and he comes back as a villain, I think it's gonna be one of those things like Detective Wilden.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's so obsessed and so.
Okay.
You know, I think his obsession is gonna kill him.
Wow.
His obsession of something.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know he just pops up at random times.
Yeah.
And, so I just think that obsession of him is going to be what gets him killed.
I think that's a good point because, as you mentioned in our theories for our previous AD video, we do have him down. If he's not AD, we definitely think he could be associated with AD.
And that's like what a lot of our characters that we have on our list, even though they can't be AD or it's a possibility they're not, they're involved with AD somehow.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, on my list, probably my final one or one of my big final lists is probably Paige. I know some people may be shocked, and I don't think she is AD. I know a lot of recent rumor mills and whatnot have been saying Paige is AD. I don't think Paige is AD, but I do think because of Paige's love for Emily, her, Allison, Emily, all being in the same school, we know there's going to be some scenes in that Rosewood High School beyond just dealing with the new Allison 2.0 Addison. Beyond dealing with her, I definitely could see Paige putting herself on the line to protect Emily again, especially if it got to a life and death moment. So, and I think that would be a popular character that a lot of people would have mixed feelings about, like, wow, she died protecting you, or she died in the midst of being around you. So I think Paige is. So
you have a lot of sacrificial deaths on your list.
I definitely think they could be sacrifices. I think Mona is probably the biggest one that could be just either, if she's part of the evil scheme, I don't think it'll be sacrificial. If she still stays true to being the good girl Mona that we've come to love and whatnot, I definitely think she could be sacrificial. I think Lucas could be kind of like the same thing. You die either in the crossfire, just wrong place, wrong time, or you're part of the evil side. I think Paige would be the sacrificial death because I just don't see her at this point being AD. I just see her being there saying I love Emily and oh my God, somebody's about to hurt Emily and I step in and I get hurt in the process. So that's more so sacrificial for me.
I know one that we kind of both agreed on was Mary Drake.
Mary Drake, yes. I think at this point, with everything going on with Spencer, I have a feeling Spencer might lose one mother. And at this point, I don't think it's going to be Veronica. I could definitely see it being Mary. And I think it would keep the mystery of Mary constantly going. I would be extremely hurt if it was Mary, just because I don't want Spencer to have another loss. I really don't. But I think Mary could be one, and I think she could be a sacrificial one as well. Because
I think that's what more so. That's how I feel. I think it's more of a sacrifice death, and then I also have a feeling that it's not even the real Mary Drake. So that's why, you know, maybe the real Jessica De Laurentiis is gonna die.
So you think Mary could be Jessica? Wow, that's an interesting tidbit. I don't know. I just think for sure, I think Spencer might lose a mother. And at this point, I have no reason to think it's going to be Veronica just because she's been such a staple in Spencer's life. I don't think they're going to kill Veronica. So
they're not going to do it. If they do kill her, it's not going to be a bad death.
Right, absolutely. So I definitely think for me, Mary is a definite option to die. And I think the final one that we really, really agreed on was Jenna. She gotta go. Jenna at this point I think is definitely, I think that's the main one we agree on. Jenna's more than likely going to die.
I think Jenna has to go because, and I've said this many times, I think everyone in that room the night Allison disappeared is going to die.
Absolutely. So that would leave Jenna and Melissa because they are the only two left out of that room who are alive. But I think Jenna is just like we said right now. After everything she's done, she's cheated death, as you said with Jason earlier. Like Jason, she's cheated death quite a few times. And at this point, she's such a pawn in all of this now. You know, before we had moments where we knew she was the mastermind or we knew, okay, this is her agenda. But now she's so much of a pawn. I think at this point, I don't even think she would be a sacrifice. I think she would literally just be who's going to kill her. Is one of the liars going to kill her by mistake? Or on purpose? Is it going to be AD?
I think it's going to be AD.
I personally think it's going to be AD because I
think it's going to tie up loose ends because she's a loose end. So if she dies from off of AD's hands, it's because she was a loose end. AD didn't need her anymore.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. So I think Jenna for sure. I think after that, the next one, like you said, could definitely possibly be Mary Drake. And then I think after that, like I said, you got a couple names you can choose from. You got Paige, you got Lucas, you got Mona, you got Jason, you got Ren. You even got a couple names we didn't mention, like Melissa, Peter Hastings. I wouldn't be sad to see him go.
I wouldn't either. You can't keep your thing in your pants. It's not that hard. How do you get tricked twice?
I don't know. That's a good question. Well, hopefully we'll get that answer when he gets back on our TV screen and stops avoiding Spencer. But nevertheless, I can't wait to see who these 2 or 3 characters are. Like I said, I think I'm gonna feel a certain type of way with whoever dies, whether you're a character I love or a character I hate.
I just completely forgot to mention Caleb. I'm gonna put him on that list now after just seeing the promo.
I don't think Caleb
for next week. I think he's gonna go. Because you're too nosy. Your nosiness is gonna get you.
I think your frustration with Caleb.
No, I don't think that. I think his nosiness is gonna get him killed.
No, I don't think
he cheated death in Ravenswood. He was supposed to die there. You know.
Yeah, he cheated death. But I think at this point, based on what we've seen from the promos, it looks like the liars. Even though we don't necessarily know everybody's happy ending yet, I think if you're the happy ending for that liar, you're safe. So for Caleb, if we believe that Hannah and Caleb are gonna get, Hannah's gonna get her happy ending, then if Caleb is her happy ending, then Caleb will live. Same thing with like Ezra and Arya. Doesn't mean Caleb won't end up in the hospital. It doesn't mean Caleb couldn't get hurt or injured. I just don't think they're gonna kill any of the in-game couples' significant others. So again,
I'd be okay if they did.
I don't think if it's Toby and Spencer,
that's one I won't be okay
I don't think Toby would die. I don't think Ezra would die. I don't think Caleb would die. Again, assuming those are your happy ending PLL, in-game couple. Same thing with Emily and Allison. I don't think any of them are going anywhere, and we don't think the liars are going anywhere. I think all of them are going to survive and live to tell the tale and go on and live their lives, hopefully very.
Well, we know the liars aren't going to die because you saw that promo.
Exactly. So we should definitely be good there. But I can't wait to see what our predictions.
Because I was right in the first 2 episodes.
So I'm interested to see if our predictions are right. But one thing's for sure, we are going to lose 2 to 3 characters according to Marlene King. So big shout out to Us Weekly for that spoiler and getting that off the set. But I can't wait to see who's right and who's wrong. Will it be you? Will it be me? Maybe we'll both be right.
We should make a bet.
We should make a bet.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that off air because I'm not getting interested. I don't want to bet this on air and not lose publicly. So okay, we'll do it off air. But don't forget to tune in to Pretty Little Liars on Freeform on Tuesday nights. Remember, only 8 episodes left.